Greetings. This is Jake, just checking in on our YouTube board game dreams. Thought I would share a couple ideas I've had in the meantime. I know it's been a number of months, perhaps, but yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I know time is against getting us all to meet up is kind of an ordeal, but let me know what you think of this. So we've been talking about doing tutorials. Here's how to play, and then we play it, filming that as well, so that people can both be educated about how the game works and be entertained by us playing it. But additionally, I thought another cool follow-up would be we would do kind of a package deal, sort of an approach, where we would take all the games that have this in common, or all the games that have that in common, teach them, play them, and then after we've played a certain number of them, talk about them and kind of compare and contrast. And I think it frees us up to be able to talk about old games and new games and not be pressured to be on the cutting edge of like, this game just came out, we should talk about it, we should get to, and it's, I think, also all the more approachable to people that are on the fringe of the hobby, where they've seen that game, they've heard about that game, and for us to be like, yeah, it's been out for 4 or 5 years, but it's still good, and we're going to play it, and we're going to show you how it works, and we're going to talk about what makes it great. Or even just to talk about it in contrast with another newer game that might do certain things better, or not. And so to that end, I had a couple of different possibilities for package deals. The first is to group something like Escape the Aliens from Outer Space, which is a hidden movement game where half the players are aliens, the other half are humans. Aliens are trying to capture and devour the humans, and the humans are just trying to escape with their lives. But the whole time, people are moving in secret, and it's about deducing what humans are where, or what aliens are where, to seek them out or avoid them. Similarly, we have Nuns on the Run, where 1 or 2 players, based on player count, are the guards, or the prioress and abbess, where the other players are all these novices. The novices are trying to run around the abbey, getting to their secret objective and back to their dorms before they're discovered and captured by these buzzkill nuns here. But again, the thing in common is that it's a hidden movement game, and they both do similar things, but they also are very different. And I think that would be a fun thing to talk about after teaching and playing each. Some other examples. Compare a race game with bikes to a race game with cars. You're rolling dice in Formula D. Each gear you go in, you roll a different die, and it's all about pushing your luck and not crashing. And in Flamme Rouge, you're using cards to try to be the fastest, but the one that doesn't get fatigued and have to get the bad cards in their deck. There's also Reef and Azul, 2 games that are very mechanically and aesthetically similar. They're even from the same publishers, but there's differences too, so that's fun. Oh, and Shadows over Camelot, set in the time of King Arthur. This will be a higher player count game, but the whole idea is that we're Knights of the Round Table, trying to do all the good deeds and quests for the right of Britain, but some of us will be villainous defectors, trying to undermine the plans, but not reveal that we're villains, because if we're ousted, then that puts us at a distinct disadvantage, and we'll be outnumbered and probably outgunned and hopefully lost. So it's that subtle cooperative game with the defector. Another one that does that really well is Dead of Winter. It's the zombie apocalypse, and winter is setting in, and we are all hunkered down in the home base. But instead of just having one player, we have a little squad of survivors. But you guessed it, one of us is trying to undermine the cooperative efforts through whatever secret, nefarious objective that might be, to whatever secret, nefarious ends. And of course, if they get ousted early on, then they're exiled and probably not going to survive. So you got to be effective, but not obvious. So it'd be fun to kind of showcase these two against each other. So anyway, those are just some examples. I could have more, but I just thought it would be fun to have an approachable sort of a notion of teaching playing games, but then also kind of talking about how games can have things in common, things can do certain things better, and what things are just our personal preference. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys think that's cool. Let me know.